couple of months ago, I was at the mall with Justin.
Oh, hey. You know, the, yeah.
Yeah, that guy. And Abby, who you haven't actually met, but I did mention her last week. Now, when you hear the word mall, you probably immediately imagine a gigantic shopping mall, but that's about as far as you can possibly get from what this mall actually is. In fact, you can't really call it a mall. Those of us in BG affectionately refer to it as the Small. And it's where we go to watch movies because students can watch movies there for cheap. Justin, Abby, and I had just finished watching The Fault in Our Stars, and we were starting to leave the Small when we came upon a thing. Now, I'm being vague here, despite the fact that the title of the video will give up what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna act like there's still some suspense. And I said that if I ever started this project where I talked about what confuses me, this thing would be the first subject. Now, that didn't happen, obviously, because it was superseded by the weather and the Ice Bucket Challenge, but the time has now come, so here it is. You know what I don't get? Hurricane simulators. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, a hurricane simulator is a device where you enter and you get wind blown all around you. And yeah, that's it. Here's a photo in case you're at all curious. A hurricane simulator is pretty much exactly what it says on the tin. You simulate a hurricane. Now, this would be baffling enough, but there just so happens to be something else that makes it even more confusing to me. You have to pay money. You have to spend actual money to go in and have a guy tell you you shouldn't be there. Okay, that's not entirely accurate, but the first thing that happens once you pay and step into the hurricane simulator is that a guy says that you shouldn't be outside during a hurricane. It's the emergency guy letting you know that there is a hurricane. And then there's wind. Just wind. It goes on for a few seconds with the wind getting blusterier, and then you're done, you step out, and you just wasted $2 that you will never get back. And you know, the best part of all this? This may be slightly inaccurate, but I can't help but think that I can experience this exact same thing here in BG for free. I just need to go out on a particularly windy day, which is most days here, and stand between the two Offenhauer Towers, which are a couple of tall buildings that hold dorm rooms. It creates a wind tunnel and amplifies the already strong wind. And then you don't have to spend any money on completely pointless things. But again, maybe it's just me. Ultimately, I just have to say this. I don't get it. I have another postscript for this particular video. Just in case you think I'm faking or exaggerating my misunderstanding and annoyance about this whole thing, I'm going to show you a picture taken that very day inside the hurricane simulator. The fury is real, folks. The fury is real.